What's up, it's Mark. Out for a walk with the dog here tonight. This is the third time trying to make this video because the wind is literally blowing my head off. And as soon as I start the video, you hear the wind pick up in the background. Oh, Newfoundland. This video is about sleep. I've seen a lot of people struggling with sleep majorly in the last couple of weeks in the clinic. And here's what you notice. People expect to fall asleep easily because it did maybe once in the past. And as we get older, and as we age and our lifestyles change and all the stuff around us changes, we have to work a bit harder at sleep. Most people don't know how to do that. So here's what's really interesting. Around 3 o'clock in your afternoon, you actually start producing that hormone called melatonin. And interestingly, melatonin tells your body is preparing for darkness to start to wind down. So what's interesting is we do a lot of things around 3 o'clock time to actually wake us up. So we do things like caffeine and sugar. Some of us do exercise, pairing your carbohydrates differently in the afternoons helps you kind of stay awake and stay active in the day. But what you're actually doing is suppressing your signal of melatonin. So what's interesting is your day, things you do inside of your daily routine actually impact your sleep majorly. So if you're one of those people, wired but tired, what I mean by that is, your brain turns on, but your body's just exhausted. And the second you fall in bed, you start thinking about the most stupid things that need to be done, like what's on your to-do list or grocery list, how do I find that in the grocery store, like these stupid little tasks inside of your brain. That's a sure sign your body's in that fight or flight or wired to that stress response, okay? So a couple things you have to kind of keep in mind. You have to work at sleep, and here's some of the best ways you can actually put into your routine to work at sleep. Number one is going to be light. So if you're sitting in your room or you're watching TV and you have a bright light over your head, that light is telling you to wake up. It's telling your brain, okay, let's rock. That blue light spectrum in that side, that light is telling your body it's basically noon at the equator. You should be ready to go. And you're actually trying to get to bed. This doesn't make sense. So some of you might actually have to change the light bulbs in your room to red. So I have these in my bedside table. We read at night, read an old school book. And the lights next to my bed are actually red. So it doesn't kind of have that same impact on your sleep cycle. So you can read, do everything you want to do, and just it looks red. Second thing is, you have to put away the thing you're watching this video on. That phone is constantly hitting your dopamine circuits, and your dopamine circuits in your brain are those like the thrill of the chase, that kind of hormone being sent to your brain to say, this is so pleasurable, please keep doing it. It's fascinating how dopamine works. And that endless scroll that you go through going to bed at night, that's one of the reasons why you're addicted to your foolish phone. Not to mention, it's blasting you with all kinds of things that are interesting. It's blasting you with things that you might be into, and it's kind of predicting the things that you might like, all while you're trying to go to bed at night. So again, you gotta put that phone away. The other thing that's very interesting is a lot of people don't actually eat properly to keep their blood sugar stable. Actually let them have a good night's sleep as they get to bed. So one trick I've learned over the last little while is actually start to have a high protein dense meal before bed. So I'm a fan of snacking before bed. Here's what I have. I have about 3 or 4 ounces of water with a little bit of salt and 15 grams of collagen protein. Collagen protein, very easy to break down. Not a whole lot of calories associated with collagen, and does a really good job of kind of letting your body go into that rest and restore and healing phase as you go to bed. But because of the protein, it actually keeps your body satisfied to the point where you don't get to the point where you have blood sugar spikes. And those are some of the reasons why you're waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. When your blood sugar actually drops in the morning, you actually trigger a stress response. The hormone cortisol actually starts to work to kind of turn your brain back on to say, we need to go get some food, we're in danger mode here, the blood sugar is dropping. And when that happens, between 1 and 3 in the morning, you're awake. And because you're awake at 1 or 3 in the morning and you have a stress surge that woke you up, your body's going to go search for danger, and it's going to be in problem solving mode. So your brain flips on, you start thinking about the stupidest things again, and then finally you have a really disturbed night's sleep and you wake up in the morning feeling like crap. Sounds familiar, right? I say this because number one, I experience these things personally, but also I see them all of the time in practice. So sleep is actually a skill that you have to work at. So doing the simplest little things will help you tremendously with balancing off that response with sleep. And the last one I think is very important. That's one of the most heavily abused substances inside of our day that I actually love. It's coffee. So how many of you watching this video, give me a thumbs up or a like if this is you, wake up in the morning, and before you do anything, the coffee maker goes on. You know, you're just hitting that stress response, that alarm response in your body is the second your eyes wake up, right? What's interesting about that is it's not overly harmful to do that, but your body's going to get that initial stress response first thing in the morning and kind of set your tone to the day that way. So what I started doing, I feel a hell of a lot better since doing it, I just defer caffeine until about 10:30 or 11. So it's interesting to see I drink water with electrolytes in the morning, and I have protein for my breakfast, and I have a little bit of carbohydrate, and I push my caffeine off until about 10:30, and I have a cup of espresso, and I feel like a rock star. I feel so much different than when I just started my day with drinking caffeine. So caffeine blocks a receptor in your brain called an adenosine receptor. So as your brain is awake and active inside of your day, your body's actually accumulating this hormone inside of your brain called adenosine. And adenosine tells you basically how sleepy you are. And what's interesting is that caffeine blocks the receptor, the counter for that adenosine molecule. So your brain will still continue to create adenosine, just the counter doesn't keep counting the molecules. So with caffeine, it kind of like blocks that response. So you actually don't feel how tired you are. It's kind of fascinating. It also stimulates the production of cortisol, or stress response in the body as well, which is actually probably a good thing. It gives you that energy burst that you're looking for to complete those tasks. But when that's being abused, or you're having a cup of caffeine at 3 o'clock to get through your day, what you're going to find is it's going to dramatically impact your sleep cycle. So a whole bunch of activities inside of your day are within your control. You can control the light in your environment. That's super easy. $15 light bulbs on Amazon. Put them next to your bed. You're good to go. Get blue light blocking glasses, and not those foolish ones that your optometrist said they have a blue light filter on your glasses. No. You need the actual proper orange lens ones where they actually block the entire spectrum of blue. I have ones where my microwave has a blue light tell me the time. And when I look at that, I can't see it. It's interesting. You can certainly start to consume some protein before bed, which will help you keep your blood sugar stable. And the last part, you certainly can defer caffeine and start hydrating your body properly, get back the right tools that it needs to kind of get you to sleep. So before you reach for things like melatonin and sleep aids, and even touch to your doctor for medications for sleep, time and place for those, I get it. But do the basic stuff. You'll be amazed at how simple doing the basics can be for your body and help you to truly start to feel better from the inside out. I'm out of breath. I walked up a massive hill while I'm talking to you, walking the old pup here. It's about 8 o'clock at night right now. So at the end of the day, hope you have a great night's sleep tonight. Hopefully you do the things in the day to change how you feel. If you need help with any of those things, shoot me a line. I'll help you. See you.